Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, je vous envoie cette vidéo parce que je ne suis pas en mesure de voyager à Genève pour cet événement. Mais croyez-moi, je serai certainement ravie d'être là avec vous tous. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Danila Sigal. I am sending you this video as I am unable to travel to Geneva for this occasion. Believe me, I would love to be there with you enjoying some fondue. It is a pleasure for me to connect with you even if remotely. I want to thank P&G for their kind invitation in having me be part of this TEDx event. The theme this year is reality check. To me, this means a before and after. Something that suddenly happens to you that takes you from a current state in your life to a different one, hopefully a better one. Let me share with you a little bit of my story. As I love acronyms, I have created or structured my path from the before and after in a simple way. I went from a rat's approach to life into a star approach. If you notice, the inverted spelling of rats is star. This is to illustrate the dramatic change that my life went through. R stands for race, wanting to quickly go from point A to point B, competing with others or with your own self, trying to be faster at every milestone. Talking about races, you might think I'm an athlete, but those who know me well would tell you that marathons, exercises are not quite my thing, unless of course it's going shopping and doing this very heavy-duty exercise of moving the dresses from one side to the other. No, I'm talking about a different kind of race. I started at P&G at age 22, really enthusiastic about being part of such a wonderful company, always surrounded by smart people, learning so much, escalating the corporate ladder, but I was always in a hurry. They would promote me, and I was immediately starting to think about how long it would take me to get to the next level. They would give me a salary increase, and there I was, calculating the inflation rates in my home country to estimate my next salary increase. I get married, I go on my honeymoon, and here I was, looking at travel magazines, to start planning for my next vacation. So to me, living in the now really meant just thinking about the future. What would be the next thing to look forward to? A is for achievement. Now it's not only going fast from point A to point B, but actually in having several races to add to your checklist. Now here is where math comes into play. The number of goals you want to reach, the diplomas hanging on the wall, the bank account in crescendo, the number of friends on Facebook. You get the idea. Those of us who have worked in P&G or in any other corporation know what a strategic plan is. Well, I would apply what I learned on my job also to my personal life. And I had a personal OGSM, as we used to call it in P&G. My personal strategic plan with clear milestones of everything I wanted to accomplish for the next 5 to 10 years. Incredible, right? T stands for token, that tangible and visible recognition that proves what you have accomplished. So the corner office, the bigger house, the better car, the pat on the shoulder from time to time, all of that to make you feel satisfied with what you have. Yet again, my question is, are we ever really satisfied? S stands for search, that ongoing process of always searching for the next big thing. The healthy dissatisfaction, they say. Have you heard, get out of your comfort zone, don't sleep on your laurels, don't be too complacent. In a way, we have been wired to never be at peace with what we do have. Don't get me wrong. I am all for goals, objectives, having dreams, having a vision. That is very important to impulse us to do more and do it better. But I think we need a balance. Something that really makes us have a vision, but with a meaningful purpose in life. Not just a checklist. So from the rat's approach comes the reality check, the theme of this event. My reality check. Many of you might know that Latin America is very aesthetic oriented, very beauty oriented. I can tell you this for a fact because with my long tenure in a career in P&G, I focus most of my time in consumer behavior. So along the lines of aesthetics, Here I was in the best time of my life. My kids were, small, and my breasts heavily fighting gravity. So I wanted to push for a plastic surgery, something that my husband and the doctors were reluctant to do. They would say, "Why do that so young? No need for it, only 1 centimeter lifting." But the more they would say no, the more stubborn I was that I wanted to do it. So much did I insist that finally they booked an OR for a half-an-hour procedure, just for a 1 centimeter lifting. What was my surprise when I wake up several hours later in a hospital room with all my family there? The first reaction was, "What is everybody doing here? They came to see my breasts." I was convinced I was going to wake up with my gorgeous 20-year looking breasts. But instead, I received the news that I had cancer. Can you imagine the shock? From a half-an-hour procedure, I now suddenly was a cancer patient with a 6-month prognosis. And still in that moment, my first question was, are they now nice and firm? Of course, I was still under the anesthesia. Even with this 6-month prognosis, here I am today, having undergone multiple metastatic recurrences, over 50 radiation treatments, a variety of chemo protocols because my type of cancer is very aggressive and creates resistance to the chemo. So we always have to be looking for new things to address my case. I probably have gone through 250 chemo sessions. I bless the doctors and the medical community for everything they do to help patients like me continue living. I think it's important that the doctors do their part, but we as patients need to do our part. We need to take full ownership and responsibility of our healing journey. In my case, I put in place a 4-step approach, what I call the STAR journey. S stands for serving through self-expression. It's key to redirect attention and energy to serving and working on things that we love. Cancer has not been able to weaken my passion for life, my joy, my desire of working or creating projects that are dear to me and that could potentially help others. On the contrary, because of my diagnosis, I decided to publish my personal diary in form of a book, My 4 Seasons, which I wanted to leave to my kids so in case I wasn't around for too long, they could at least read a little about me, what I dreamed, how I felt, what our family values are, and document in some way all those wise lessons parents like to teach their children throughout an entire lifetime. But I was told I might not have that much time. Cancer also helped me awaken my artistic vein, my musical passion that had been there since my childhood, but perhaps dormant, as I was too busy focused on other things. Even though I dedicated a long tenure to a corporate career, it was songwriting which helped me drain and express all what I was going through. Cancer allowed me to develop a multi-genre album titled Testimony in English, filled with my reflections and my journey through those emotional states that we all face in life, which not only served as my own catharsis process, but also enables me to share my humble learning with others who might be going through a similar situation. T is for transforming the hardship into gratitude. Instead of asking, why me, let's ask, now what? What positive lesson can we learn from this episode in our life? How can we navigate the journey in the most positive way? The diagnosis is there, so might as well embrace it with an open mind, focused on making the best out of the experience. I remember when I visited the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, one of the best in the world. I recall the many patients that were sitting in the reception waiting to be called. And the question among them wasn't, what is your name? Where do you come from? No, it was, where do you have it? Yes, that was the question. Where do you have the cancer? So in that moment, I realized I was embarking in a whole new dimension in my life. And I am thankful because I have been able to meet so many great people, patients and professionals in the medical community. And you suddenly become more sensitive to human suffering. And only when we become more empathic can we truly be of service to others. A is for attitude. Now, this is applicable to everything in our life. Healing starts from within. Our attitude, which is the only thing truly under our control, has to be positive and constructive. Certainly, things happen in life. There might be hardships to face of all kinds, not only the news of an illness. But I assure you that when you dress up with bright colors and with a smile, even if you are going to be hooked for several hours in a chemo infusion center, which I like to call my spa of life, your healing process suddenly kicks in. You might not feel that much nausea. You look at your bald head with a different perspective, and your body starts feeling much better. R is having a roadmap to a vision of perfect health. I always tell other patients, don't talk about the illness, talk to the illness. Typically, I have seen with a diagnosis like this that we might either enter a denial and not even mention it, or we talk about the illness all the time to everyone. I decided I was not going to give it any more power over my life. I started establishing a vision of myself in perfect health. I recall an author once said that we should not only pray with words, but imagining the feeling of the end result. So if you're praying for rain, imagine your feet wet on the ground. So I told the cancer, you are in my body, but you're not from my body. You don't belong here, so get out. Well, I can't really say it has followed my orders yet, but we're getting there. So my dear friends, if there is one thing I have realized after my reality check, is that life runs by too fast. Even with its ups and downs, let's not postpone happiness. Let's not wait for the typical special occasion to wear the favorite dress. Let's do more of that which we love. Let's be kinder to one another. And let's try to ensure that our existence in this planet, long or short, whatever it may be, is meaningful and worthy. And now to close, I would like to leave you with the official video of another of my songs. It's called Tu Llegada. This is a song that I wrote for my husband, who has been an unconditional support for me all throughout my cancer journey. Beautifully sang by my nephew, Latin pop singer, Johnny Sigal. So I hope you get up from your chair and dance some salsa. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
En tus ojos supe que eras el ángel que iluminaría mi entorno. Tu corazón es tan puro, es aquel que me acompaña hasta en los momentos duros, a toda hora en cada rumbo. Cuando mi cielo se hace gris, ahí has estado siempre, siempre, para fortalecer mi andar. ¡Qué bendición tan grande eres! Tu llegada es la que iluminó mis días, le dio más pasos a esta vida, que con su fuerza dibujando un beso en mi corazón latía. Tu llegada es la razón de mi existencia, porque en tus alas encontré la fuerza de mi fe dormida, que hoy se llama viva por este amor que hoy crece más y más. Tu llegada fue mi paz, con tu esencia magistral, te adueñaste de mi vida para en ella transitar. Ni esta dura realidad podrá nunca superar lo que somos en la vida, un amor de eterno